Hello and good evening, everyone. What a pleasure it is to be with you on a Sunday afternoon. You want to be in Florida right now because Florida is damp and the weather says go to bed. And so I am actually in the process of doing the total opposite of what the weather is suggesting. But I'm always excited to be here with you. I'm always excited to be here with you. Tonight, we have the absolutely amazing opportunity to be able to have a beautiful conversation about your goals, your desires, about your setback, your hiccups, and your and then somes. But the key element of us being together is that we're here to truly support one another on this incredible journey called life. Imagine unlocking a world of opportunities and improving your quality of life. People who master their self confidence have that edge, but most people don't. Most people do not. The great news is it's never too late for you to regain confidence, strengthen your confidence, and even go beyond that, master your confidence. Anything that you learn can be unlearned and relearn. And the major issue with life is that most people learn something and they don't know they can unlearn it in order to be able to find themselves in a better, more potent space to accomplish their individual goals and desires. Yeah, it is good to see you guys. Hello, June. It's good to see you watching from Switzerland. Isn't that to welcome our international team over there in Switzerland? Now, we're going to really take a deep dive into self confidence. We know the truth is to achieve great success in any area of life, you must be able to master your self doubts. When you set out to create the life you choose to live, whether it's having harmonious relationship, increasing your income, seeking career advancements, you want to feel confident, ready to learn and to grow. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot afford to be able to seem timid, because once you feel timid in any situations, people will start treating you weak, or allow give you the opportunity to be able to reconnect with your self image, or you become a pushover for them. I want to say to you, I want you personally to assess your self confidence today, seeing exactly where you are and what needs to be done in order for you to have mastery over it. You do have confidence. You have confidence, even if you feel you don't have confidence, you have confidence in the fact that you're feeling that you do not have confidence. And you do all kinds of things to support the idea that you do not have confidence. But I want to assure you, when you want to be able to devote yourself to greater accomplishments in life, you do it. And a great example of your showing confidence is when you went on your first date. You literally indicated to the individual or to yourself on the process of being on the date that you were confident. That's why you showed up. When you go for an interview for your first job, you showed up with confidence. You wanted the job, so you put on the role of confidence and you operated in that manner. When you keep an open mind and you continuously learn new skills to improve yourself, you do exude confidence. So it is fair to say that you do have confidence. The problem is, as you go on to take on new dreams, new goals, new desires, set new goals, there is a space in your mind that allows you to be apprehensive. Can I do this? And then self doubt sets in. And when self doubt sets in, then it robs you of the power inside of you to go after what you desire with a whole lot of gusto, with confidence. Now, people with confidence are heard, they attract endless opportunities, and they experience a better quality of life, while others are seen as pushovers. And I'm going to be very clear on that. People with confidence are heard, people listen to them. They attract endless opportunities because opportunity shows up to the person who is ready for it. And you experience a better quality of life. You're able to go through life with a lot more ease and grace, while others are seen in that situation as pushovers. There are some key practices that you must learn in order to be able to take your confidence to a whole different dimension. And it's easy to learn them. However, most people think it's silly to do many of the things that allow you to step into the role confidently. Let me share with you a couple key practices that helps you to be able to master your confidence. There are a few things that many people feel, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to repeat a certain action until I master it. I don't want to have to do a live on Facebook. I don't want to have to hold my hand up in a meeting. I don't want to have to go after something that I'm going to have to learn, have a learning curve. I don't want to. And in the process of that, what happens, you rob yourself of endless opportunities and possibilities for growth. When you master your confidence, however, you're less likely to be disrespected. When you master your confidence, you're not passed over for opportunities. And when you master your confidence, you won't be restrained by self doubt. There's nothing more debilitating than wanting something and want to go after it or wanting to say something and your tongue is tied because you don't have the confidence to express yourself. The other thing is showing up when people ask, volunteering for everything, even when you do not have space on your calendar. You're volunteering yourself for something else. And that is a sure sign of lack of confidence. Let's take it even a bit deeper than that. How do you actually move into the role and assume the role of confidence powerfully? Well, most people believe that reading shelf help books, and I do mean shelf help, we read them. And if we are asking a couple hours later, what did you read? You may be able to share a couple of things, but a 300 something page book, you tend to pull from it from your own perspective, things that are in your life, and you remember what you choose to remember. So reading self-help books doesn't necessarily help you to build your confidence. Going on YouTube or watching somebody else doesn't necessarily help you to build your confidence. When they are not in the realm of who you want them to be over time, then you have that letdown. So your confidence has to be internally built based on what's going on inside of you. So, what do you need to cause that? You need an orderly process backed by community, a like minded community. And of course, you want to be sure to implement what you have learned. You want an orderly process. You want a community who's there supporting and guiding you to be able to develop strong confidence, who believes in you and who holds you accountable in order to cause your goals to happen or to be able to lift your self image to a whole different realm. How do we do that? Okay, the process we're going to use in this case is called elite level coaching. And that's where permanent change occurs through coaching, community implementation, and accountability. So when you're able to have a group around you supporting your success, encouraging you, and literally holding your hand, walking with you through the process, they're like minded, wanting to see you succeed. That will be able to help you to change your perspective and see yourself as a whole lot more confident person than you currently may be exuding. Now, let me say this, in the process of having a community, that community needs to be a community that you respect and that respect you and that you can feel secure in. Here are the three key ways that you can create change in life. One is through time, space, repetition. Repeat, 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 repeat. Practice, 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 practice. And then, of course, the other is through time space repetition or a catastrophe happening like the pandemic when everything changes because of a major catastrophe. And then the other would be elite level coaching, which we talked about. These three areas will cause change in your life, in any area of your life. Anything that is repeated over and over, whether it be good or not so good, becomes a part of how you operate, of your paradigm, of your DNA, of your habits. And then, of course, a catastrophe forces you into change. Elite coaching is a personal decision that you make to be in a group where you're with like minded people and you hold a space of accountability. It is said that accountability is the glue that ties commitment to results. And that was from Bob Proctor. Accountability is the glue that ties commitment to results. You want to be able to have a place of accountability. We drop the ball when things are not going the way we necessarily like it, and the persistence to push forward isn't there. But when you're in a place, a space of accountability, somebody holds you accountable to be able to accomplish the things that you desire. Now, let's go a little further and think of different ways that you can do that. Let me say this. Bruce Lee once said, and I'm paraphrasing his quote. He says, I do not fear the person who practices several different moves. We're talking about you staying in the process of doing something over and over again until your self confidence is built to a certain level where you're mastering it. But what he says, I do, however, pay very close and do fear the person who practices one move over and over and over and over and over again. Most people do not spend the time to practice one move over and over again because they are pulling from outside influences and following the crowd. And that's what we call conformity. You're out there following everybody doing every different thing. But when you make a decision, when you're on purpose, when you want to get to your goal, when you have your self-image that needs to be developed to match your goal, you've got to stay true to that and consistently work on that to be able to allow your goal to materialize, right? And that's what Bruce Lee talks about when he says, I want to watch, I'm fearful of that person who is just practicing this one move over and over and over and over and over again, rather than that person who has 100 moves that they're practicing. If you've ever asked yourself, why am I not where I need to be? What are the goals that I've set that I've not yet accomplished it? I can tell you that 99 out of 10 times it has a lot to do with self doubt. What you're thinking you're not capable of doing. What you're thinking you're not capable of doing. I remember years ago, I went to an event and there was a personal room held aside for the top performers in that group. And as I walked in the room, I felt a lot uncomfortable. And I could not pinpoint what it was that was allowing me to feel that way, but I know it felt like an out of body experience. However, when I analyze, when I look back and say, what was it that made me feel that uncomfortable in that room? Is because at that moment, my self image did not sync with that level of performance. And so it felt interesting. Let me say this to you. You have a goal and the goal is not being accomplished. More 9 out of 10, alongside your paradigms that you're holding, the habits that you keep repeating, that is not in sync with the goal, it is your self-image. Your self image has to sync with the goal that you have set for yourself. You can never, ever outperform the image you hold of yourself. You just cannot outperform it. You've got to match your self image with that goal. Then the goal comes to you with with grace and with ease. You attract things to you. Whatever it is that you're feeling that's uncomfortable in the process of going after that goal, guess what? You're going to attract all the annoyances of that uncomfortable feeling. And hence, law of attraction sets in. You'll not be able to accomplish your goal the way you'd like to have it happen. Now, let's take a look at what we're doing with our confidence mastery launch. First off, it's all about you. We're focused on you. And in that first part of our confidence mastery launch, we're looking at your beliefs. What are your shadow beliefs? The things that are holding you back that you don't even know they're there. But when you set goals, they keep to just eject. It comes back out. Olden days, we way years ago, they had the what we call a cassette deck. And when you press the button, it just jumps right back out. Well, some of your goals that you have set are operating that same manner because they're these shadow beliefs that you have that is in totally opposite from where you're wanting to go. So you're going east and it's pulling you north. With the Confidence Mastery course, you'll learn how to identify those, you'll challenge them, and you'll reframe your thoughts to be able to match that. The other thing that will happen with your within the course is that you'll be able to embark and on a transformational journey. You discovering who you are. Who are you, by the way? What are you here for? What did you come here to do? What are you willing to work for? What will you die for? Who are you? And in order to get someplace, you first have to know who you are. An airplane knows that it's an airplane, so it flies. If you don't know who you are, guess what? You'll never be able to really get anywhere. And so, in this, we're going to literally take a look at who you are, where you are, and how to get from where you are to where you need to go. The third part of it dives into reclaiming you, that powerful individual that was birthed in, that individual who ran so fast it smoked everybody and decided that I wanted to be here on planet Earth. We need to go back and reconnect with that individual. At the inception of you, you were that strong, powerful, confident individual who knew you were determined to be on planet Earth and you were going to make it happen no matter what, even if you had to outswim billions of folks, but you did it and you're here. We want you to be able to reclaim that individual and go after what you came here for. So, those three elements will be a part of the first portion of the self mastery course. And then we'll move into process, where you're going to be looking at mastering your communication skills. How many times have you said something and you meant something, and the person you're talking to heard something completely different, and you're trying to correct it, and then it gets worse, and then you just shut the conversation down and probably lose a friendship in the process? How many times do you want to express what you do to someone and you're having tongue tie to tell them exactly what you do and how it can make a difference for their lives? How many times? So, we're going to teach you how to master your communication techniques using a template that you can use over and over and over again. We're going to teach you how to handle emotions and stay focused on your big goal and not let your emotions take away from your goal or literally dumps your goal. And you start running with the emotion, and guess what? Leave the goal behind. We're going to do just that in the self mastery course. And then we're going to focus on or willful living, totally powerful living, taking more on of what you want rather than that you feel you have to. We're going to change some words in our vocabulary that will be able to help you to come off as a powerful person rather more of a weak person that people can push over. That course is just about 6 modules, and there it is on the screen, and you'll be guided through that, intentionally guided through that. All right, let me pause. I am Melva, and I developed this particular course simply because I had my own challenges with self confidence. I know for many of the opportunities that I could have basked in this lifetime, I was not able to because I was not as confident as I thought I was, or as I dressed to be, or as I walked around people and they thought I was. I wasn't. And as a result, I could not get to certain things that I wanted in my life because it wasn't syncing with my image. And I realize working with others, the devastating impact it has on many people who are going after goals. When I see them as truly powerful, they do not see themselves that way. And as a result, they stay stuck in the same situation over and over and over again for years, trying to get to a specific goal, and they just cannot because their self image is not syncing with the goal. I repeat, you cannot outperform the image you hold of yourself, but you can certainly change it. And for every goal that you set, your self image will need to change, go up a notch to match that goal. Here are the areas that you can find out whether or not your self image is really at the level where you want it to be. Number one, with your relationships. Look at your relationships and see the results that you're getting from your relationships. Are they fun and harmonious? Or is it like a roller coaster? And if it's like a roller coaster, you know your self image has not synced with harmonious relationships. So you'll need to change that to be able to attract to you relationships that you love and you want to be a part of. Your income. If you are consistently making decisions based on how much money you have and how much you don't have, it's a sure sign that your money self image is not where it ought to be. And so, with that result, you want to take a look at what are the factors, the shadow beliefs that's causing you to always, 99% of people, 95% of people are always having money trouble. And it's simply because their self image hasn't synced with the level of income that they really want to have for their lives. We can look at our career opportunities. We can take it into our health and overall happiness. We can even take our self image into our energy and our spiritual growth. But our self confidence always shows up in every area of our life. And you must pay attention to the results you're getting in those areas. It will tell you for sure, what image are you holding of yourself in those key areas. Now we're going to pause a moment, and I know you're out there, and we're doing a web, so I don't get to see you, but I get to see some of your comments. Catherine, great evening to you, Catherine. Great evening. Michelle is saying consistency is the key. Yes, in order to be able doing things over and over to perfect it or to have mastery over it. And Michelle here says you have to know who you are in order to get where you want to go. And a lot of people don't know who they are. They're just following everybody else. I know because I've been there. And it's your turn to take a hold of your life and take it to a whole different level. Self examination is the real key. Check to see what's going on. That's right, in all areas. And I use the acronym RICHES, RICHES, to really assess what's going on in every area of my life. Relationship is the R, income is the I, C is for career, H is for health and your happiness, E is for energy, and S is for your spiritual growth. So if you really assess those areas, you will realize where you're having a serious challenge, where your self-confidence is concerned. When we talk about self confidence, most people are, they're not very comfortable with it because they don't want people to feel that I don't have confidence or my self image is low. And I want you to know you don't have to feel that way. Everybody, I repeat, everybody has low self confidence at some point in their life or another, but they work to change it. They work to change it. I don't care where you are on the totem pole, how successful you are, your self image could get stuck at making $1 million. It doesn't mean you're confident there. You want to move from there, but you're challenged to get to 1 billion, and your self image gets crammed there as well. So know that you are not alone. You're just definitely not alone. It's an area that has to be worked on consistently to be able to get you where you want to go. What you will learn is how to do that, how to master that, how every time you set a goal, how to change your self image to match the goal to ensure that that goal happens. I have a few questions for you out there, and I need your assistance with that. What I'd love is your feedback on what are some of the challenges that you encounter because of lack of confidence in any area in your life. What are some of the challenges? I want you to take a moment to really think about that. What are some of the challenges that you have? Reflect on that in terms of lack of confidence. How many of you have ever been looked over for a promotion because you had self-doubts that you were capable of doing that? How many of you never even try to move from where you are because you had doubts that you were capable of doing something that could have changed your life, but you just didn't do it because you didn't have the confidence? Really seriously think about that. And then the other question I have for you, once you're there, the other question is, how does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you're in a room with people and you have a burning question? You want to find an answer to something and you just can't open your mouth. Your tongue is tied. Or when are you in a place where you're seated and you need to stand up and the bench has held your dress? You cannot get up. You feel restrained. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you're in a situation and because of confidence, your income is low and you cannot get to do the things that you truly desire? How does it make you feel? I really want you to connect with that to see what feeling is it causing inside of me and is it making the situation even worse? And then the final question I have for you, what is your thought about lack of confidence? What is your profound belief about lack of confidence? I'll take a moment to share mine with you. And I ask that you really consider yours. I totally believe, I know that no one should miss out on opportunities or a better quality of life because they never learned how to master their self confidence. I truly, wholeheartedly know that no one should miss out on opportunities or a better quality of life because they never learn how to master their confidence. I believe that with every fiber of my being. You do not need to be robbed of anything, opportunities, perfect scenarios in your life because you lack confidence. You should not have to experience that. So, we're inviting you to join us on the Confidence Mastery Movement. We encourage you to register. Tomorrow, we begin at just about 8 o'clock. We will kick off our Confidence Mastery Movement. The desire here is to help you to be able to open yourself to endless opportunities and a better way of life. Experience life with a lot more ease and with grace. You're able to register with Michelle. You can register with Michelle. If you are Michelle, a friend of Michelle Griffith, you can register with Michelle at gogivecoach.com/commit to abundance. That's commit to abundance. If you are a friend of Coach Adolphine Kana, you can register at gogivecoach.com/next dash level, next level. And if you're a part of my team, you're welcome to register at gogivecoach.com. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we kick off an absolutely amazing journey that is dedicated to changing the lives of individuals in a powerful way. My thought, people with confidence are heard. They attract endless opportunities and they experience a better quality of life, while others are seen as weak or pushovers and are usually left behind. Register for Confidence Mastery today. It's your last opportunity to register today. If you so believe that this is something that you would like to do to change your standing in life, at gogivecoach.com. We're going to open to take some questions from the feed. We'll answer those questions for you. Be sure to drop them in the feed. Dorothy, in the past, I let promotions past me. Let me share that with you on the screen. Dorothy says, in the past, I've let promotions pass me because I thought I could measure. I'm guessing she means here. I thought I didn't measure up. So you're thinking, I don't know if I could do that. And as a result, some of you don't even apply for certain positions on your job because you just think that, oh, that's not for me. I'm not a leader. I am not this. I am not that. I can tell you, you will never think that way after you pass through the confidence mastery process. You'll never have to feel that way. Awesome. Any questions you have, please go ahead and put them in the feed. I'm going to take some that I have here. One of the question is, how long does the confidence mastery course last for? Okay, it's a 6 weeks course, but our coaches are dedicated to you. So they are willing to work with you on off days to be able to work through some of the exercises that we'll do, like building your own self-image script. Many of you don't have a script for your life, and that's why it's going in all different directions. Order is the first law. And if it's not in order, it ain't getting done. Okay. So we will have you do a self-confidence script. Your coaches will help you to be able to do that effectively so that it gives you the results that you desire. It's every Monday for 6 weeks at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time. The cost is $197 for the 6 weeks. Yeah. Can you imagine? One person says, "Are you for real?" Yes, we are for real. The reason why we're starting at that price is to be able to launch the program. It's a initial launch, so you get an opportunity to zero in on the initial launch. After the initial launch is over and the course is done, it will be a totally different game. So those of you who get in now will get the opportunity to get the launch cost at $197. Any other questions we're going to take? The other question we have is, will we get a certificate after the program is completed? Answer is yes, you will. The certificate will be given to all participants who complete all the exercises and write their speech, an acceptance speech, which you'll be taught how to write effectively. Great communication. You'll be taught how to do that. So those two key assignments are a part of you actually getting a certificate after the training. Get excited. Another question is, will we have a graduation? Will we have a graduation? At the moment you're getting your certificate, it will be the night of your graduation. Please be sure you will have learned at that time how to invite anybody to your graduation. Whether it's somebody that you respect and you're afraid to talk to them, that will be all gone. So you'll have the opportunity to invite people to your graduation, and one of you will get the opportunity to share your acceptance speech. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So those are the questions we have for now. I will see all of you inside the Confidence Mastery Room tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I am excited to be able to work with you and to see your life transform and change for the better and the grander. I totally believe people with confidence are heard. They attract endless opportunities and experience a better quality of life, while others are seen as pushovers or weak and are usually left behind. With that said, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.